Hello and welcome to your knee pain questions answered week 4. My name is Bill Paravano and here we go. We have had some good questions this past week and there's been a lot of response as a result of these videos that are going out. Please continue to email me and let me know. I'll have all of the information to the left of this video where you can contact me further. The first question is from Paul. It goes, "Hi Bill, my knee has been swollen for a couple of months and I dance a lot, but it has only been the last 2 weeks or so that I've been in pain and it's kind of bad now. Do you think that it needs to be drained? Sincerely, Paul." Well, Paul, it's important to understand a bigger picture of what's going on when your knee is swelling up, to understand whether it needs to be drained or not. That is generally up to a doctor to determine whether it needs to be drained. However, I can explain to you what's happening in your knee causing the swelling, and it's going to help you get a better understanding of what needs to happen on your end in order to be able to get the swelling down. First of all, you have to understand when the knee swells up, that's the body's reaction to getting support to that area that's been injured for whatever reason. The lymphatic system drains a lot of the waste products out of our body, and unlike any other system, it's required that you have locomotion in order for it to drain, meaning you have to get up and you move in order for the lymph to be moved around. Unlike the heart that pumps your blood on its own and your lungs that pump the oxygen on its own, you have to actively get up and move around in order for the lymph to be drained out of your body. The perfect example of this, if you've ever gone to a nursing home or had elderly or known elderly who are bedridden, they have to be moved on a daily basis in order for their body not to swell up. And that's exactly what's happening to a lesser extent when your knee swells up from an injury. The lymph gets stuck in that area. Because of the injury, the body holds on to tension as a result of protecting itself from getting injured further. So you now have what you can refer to as a kink in the garden hose. And all of this fluid or lymph is gaining around the site of the injury. So if the body goes back to normal, the fluid drains and there's no problem. If that kink continues in the system, meaning the knee isn't being worked like it needs to, and that's difficult a lot of times when we experience pain, you kind of get into this endless loop. So, what's important to understand is freeing up the tension in the knee, freeing up that kink in the garden hose so the body can flush that fluid out on its own. There's a couple of factors that go into being able to address this. One is drinking more water. I know it sounds a little counterintuitive, however, the more water you can get into the system, the more the system is able to flush itself out, helping to address what's going on in your knee. Another issue is getting the proper activity in the knee to free up that fluid, to free up that lymph, so the body can do the work on its own when you move around. I touch on that and go into greater detail on that in my book, Stop Your Knee Pain Now. Once again, you can check out that link. It'll be to the left of this video. I will put a link on how you can check out my book and look into that deeper and have that help you out as far as addressing what's going on in your knee. Once again, if that did not clarify things enough, please let me know. Oh, one more thing. As far as whether the knee needs to be drained or not, that's up to your doctor to decide. However, I believe if you look at the bigger picture and begin to stretch and strengthen the knee and drink more water, as I've talked in earlier videos about, then the knee pain and the swelling and all of that is going to go away on its own. So, you can be the decider as to how that works out for you. So, on to the next question. It says, Dear Bill, firstly let me say how much I appreciate your info about the knees. My question is, why do my knees take turns giving me trouble? First it was the left, now a year later it is the right. Are there any foods that you think cause me to have this knee problem, because sometimes it is so bad I cannot even walk? The doctor cannot seem to find out what the problem is. Thank you, Patricia. Well, Patricia, thank you much for the compliment. I'm glad the information is helping out. To answer your first question is, why do the knees take turns giving you trouble? Well, you're a sum total of all the experiences that have taken place your entire life. Injury and compensation, meaning you stub your toe, so the body compensates for the stubbed toe and the tension needs to go somewhere else. Then the toe heals, yet the body is still holding on to the tension pattern from the stubbed toe. The same thing is going on with your knee. If you injure your left knee, the body compensates for the injury in the left knee. So all of the tension shifts into your pelvis, into your back, into your neck, into your shoulders, your arms, your jaw. It goes everywhere, including the other knee. And what happens is, usually when we experience an injury or we feel pain, it's not necessarily what is wrong, it's the weakest link in the series of tension from the head to the feet. So that kind of gives you a bigger picture of why the knee pain switches from left to right or right to left. And then this applies, you know, it can be in your knee and it can shift to your hip, or you can shift to your lower back. So this applies on a greater scheme as to how we hold tension in our bodies. And the next question is, are there any foods that you think cause me to have this knee problem, because sometimes it is so bad I cannot even walk? Well, absolutely. Foods play a huge part as far as our body's ability to heal itself. It's very important to understand the pH level in the body. And that's something that I cover, go in greater detail in my website, thekneepainguru.com. And I'll have information over to the left of this video as well. You can click on the link and access more of that. So what happens is, pH level is parts per hydrant, meaning the acidity or alkalinity of our body. You could think of it like a battery. The more acidic state that's inside the body, the more it takes your body to be able to clean itself out. It's kind of like, you know, taking your garbage out to the curb every week. If you don't have a means of taking the garbage out to the curb, and you just keep stacking that garbage around in your house, eventually your house is going to get pretty nasty. And there's a lot of other issues that take place as a result of you having no place to put that garbage. So the same issue is going on when the acidic state inside your body is, if it's too acidic. So it's important to begin to eat a better diet, meaning fresh vegetables and fruits. And I go into that more in my book as well, Stop Your Knee Pain Now. So that's going to indicate whether or not your body's going to be able to get over the pain and heal itself. So that it does play a factor. And please share this with your doctor. I believe the more that is incorporated between complementary alternative therapies as well as conventional Western medicine, I believe everyone is going to benefit as a result. So, that's it for this week. If you have any questions, email me, bill@thekneepainguru.com. Send me your questions and I will answer it on a weekly basis. This is part of an ongoing series. And thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.